Are you back?
And I'm back. You ever had one of
So,
those times where you're like, oh, I'll go do something as soon as this episode is over, and then the episode is longer than you anticipate?
well, it turns out I'm also stupid. So, it turns out my monitor has speakers.
Ah, ha 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 ha.
I didn't even know until literally this moment.
Well, there you go.
So, it explains why it sounded terrible because, well,
Monitor speakers.
are terrible.
Yep.
All right.
All right, let's do this, shall we? I gotta hit this button and the hell is that? Oh, my family's home.
Oh no, run for the hills!
Alexa, volume 1.
They found you.
For now.
Just wait until you hide from them forever. Oh, wait, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
All right. Charlie, stop eating candy. Let's do the show.
What's
All right.
wrong with eating candy?
Muting Zealeus. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Dish Shelter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Hello, good sir. It is Thursday and we're live, so therefore we are here.
Yes, we are live, and ladies and gentlemen, I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the Plymouth Connor himself, Zealeus.
It is good to see you alive and well, rocking the Ultra Confusion hat and rocking, I'm guessing that's an Extra Life shirt.
No, this is a Team Hawk shirt for LLS.
I was like, what does the 10 stand for? It's going to be one or the other.
10-year cancer-free anniversary t-shirt.
Nice.
Anyways, I apologize if my voice sounds a little bit funky. I was screaming out my lungs on Tuesday night at the Offspring concert. So, there's my excuse.
And you sure? My voice is already fine, sir. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways.
You got to practice screaming more at your children. It'll help you in the future.
Uh-huh. Well, dang it. Now the candy got swallowed wrong.
You just have all kinds of throat issues.
I know. All right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is, of course, the Thursday Night Hangout. It's a live show where we try our best to cover the topics most important to you during the show. At any point during the show, if you have any topics, thoughts, subjects, opinions, please drop it in the chat, be it on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, and we'll try to add it to the show. If we do, unfortunately, run out of time, we'll add it to the very next show, which, before we really get into it, there will be a break. There will not be a Thursday Night Hangout next week, as I will be out of town. Yes, I know, Zealeus. It's all tragic. It's very tragic. Very, very, very tragic. All right, anyways, so let's go and here's a spot of good news for...
Wait, there's good news in the world?
Yes. So Meta, the parent company to Facebook, has removed 10 million Facebook profiles to help combat spam. It's about dang time.
I don't know about you, but my feed's as shit-tastic as ever.
Oh my God, the amount of crap and fake AI art for movies that don't actually exist, or movies that are coming but the actors have been replaced, or
I have no idea what's real. I literally don't know what's real anymore.
Yes,
it's like the most recent one, of course, is what is it? Oh my gosh, total brain fart. The sci-fi that everyone hates. It was canceled after one season.
Firefly?
Yeah, that's the most recent one on my Facebook feed. Is the Firefly is coming back?
Well, technically, it's not coming back. However, two of the biggest stars are starting a podcast called "We Once Were Spacemen."
Whoa! That's not what Facebook said, bro. Facebook above the fold clearly said Firefly is coming back.
Sure, why not? While we're at it, I mean, there's going to be a second season of Cowboy Bebop.
Nice.
There's going to be the rest of the story for the original Berserk anime.
What? No
And-
way. Is that
yes,
actually coming?
and let's see here. What else? Oh, there's going to be a sequel to insert random cult classic movie from 20, 30 years ago.
Is that the actual name of the movie, or are you just making shit up now?
I'm not making shit up. It's real. You could ask AI to make it happen for you, and then it's happening, right? I mean, that's how this world works now.
The one I'm very confused is I'm seeing all these ads, which I think they're actually real.
Uh-huh.
Is I Know What You Did Last Summer, because it
Yes.
actually has like but like I'm confused. Is there actually another I Know What You Did Last Summer?
They're rebooting it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, I
Just
know
like they
why.
rebooted Final Destination.
Apparently, the Final Destination reboot was actually good.
And they're rebooting the other like teen horror movie, The Faculty.
Okay. It's funny that Scream is the one that actually still keeps going.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of soft reboot it in a way, but it continues to knock out movies somehow.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Fast and the Furious. I'm just waiting for them to reboot that.
The Furious and the Fast.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So
they're just going to call it family.
So anyways,
it's going to be about space ships racing each other instead of cars.
Ooh. They're gonna Fast and Furious 2099.
Ooh, 2099.
Yeah.
I like that. Gets at the edge.
Yeah.
I'm looking for.
Boom, we're on to something.
Wait, Fast and the Furious 29 meets Xander Cage.
Oh boy. So anyways, Facebook or Meta is actually doing something nice, though. You know, the sad thing is removing 10 million Facebook profiles is probably still just, a drop in the ocean.
I mean, with the way the platform exists now,
Yeah.
with the way it's advertising, like, I don't think it's ever going to become useful again. Because,
Right.
it's never going to be what it was. And it's not a matter of, like, get off my lawn. It's just once any product goes that far into the advertising world, they're never going to get it back. That's just
right.
the nature of it. So, what do you do?
But at least they're doing something. So now here's the real thing. Did they use AI to do it? Bastards.
What do you think there, sir?
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. 100 gazillion volts. Say yes.
Yeah. Okay. The next story that is all about something that just shows that there are still individuals out there who have no concept or idea of what video games are. So I think it was last week on a BBC TV show. In a breakfast TV segment broadcast, the on-air personalities introduced a selection of retro video game systems, consoles.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And one of the co-hosts was like, "Man, I spent hours playing video games when I was growing up." Which, if you saw the video, you could Google it. You can find it. If you see what this individual does, as soon as they say this, you know that they're lying through their teeth. What this person did is they grabbed an NES, a Nintendo Entertainment System gaming cartridge, and shoved it as hard as they could into the Super Nintendo port. Yep, you definitely put all the. The other thing was that NES cartridge was the original Super Mario Brothers, and they shoved it into, like I said, into the Super Nintendo cartridge slot, and thankfully they didn't have it plugged into a TV. Though, if they had it in a TV, I'd be very curious to see if that was a lie as well, because back in the day, that was a totally different connection.
Yeah.
Than
You had to
what we have
use
today.
the going to coax,
Yep.
and you'd have that like funky splitter because you'd still have to get like the channel 3 or 4
Yep.
doohickey,
Yep. Yep.
and you'd have to toggle it. I forget that. I mean, it's been a long time. I can't believe I actually still remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the thing back in the day. For those who don't know, your TV had to be you actually had to be in the right channel
Yep.
to actually play your old school consoles was a thing. Which is you think about that now, it's like, what kind of witchcraft is that?
Exactly. I just switched it over to HDMI 1. What the hell are you talking about? What is this channel 3 or 4 bullshit?
I don't even know what the channels are anymore. I haven't watched TV like cable TV and because even stuff like Hulu, like you don't know the TV station, you don't know the actual TV station number. You just know there's a TV station.
Yeah, it's just the name. It's not
Yeah.
on channel 74, Sci-Fi Channel.
But yeah, you used to by heart, you know, like all of the TV stations by heart, you know,
Yeah.
like MTV, ESPN, et cetera, and type those in, and you'd have the little back arrow so you could like toggle back and forth between your shows.
And technically, I mean, there, you know, if you've got like satellite, you still got, I think you still have channel numbers there, but those are like hundreds, not not single digit numbers.
Yeah, my parents have satellite, and yeah, you're right. They definitely do have the station numbers.
But you know,
But
we've come very far. No longer do you have to just hit the up channel button and then see what's on. You could just literally use the smart guide and find exactly what you're looking for, and you'll never have to learn the channel number. So,
or like you would, if you got your TV, you'd actually have to do the channel programming.
Yep.
Where it scrolled through. So I had a neighbor like last year knock on my door, be like, "Hey, you're a technology guy. Can you help me set up an antenna?" I'm like, I've never actually used an antenna, to be fair. Like,
yeah,
I never hooked an antenna up because we always had cable. But I'm like, sure, it can't be any more complicated than a cable box, which it's not. But
it's
hey,
not.
to be fair, antennas do get like basically 50 HD stations.
I learned the hard way that the certain antennas, although they say they you know they basically take in all the 360 degrees. If you put them on, I can't remember which one it is. It's either a north-south wall or an east-west wall. Depending on how your house is situated, you may lose like half those channels.
I don't know why, but on my Reddit feeds, I'll occasionally get shit about antennas. I know I never used one. And like, apparently, yes, there's like a very deep science that people get very involved with like, you have to have the right antenna and you do like a whole calibration depending on where, it's like a whole thing.
Your tinfoil hat has to be at this
pretty close,
angle.
And you get the Pringles can, you attach it to amplify the delta waves straight into your brain.
Of course.
Yes.
And don't forget to add the coat wire, the metal coat wire to the end of it to get those last couple channels.
Yep. Slaptrap would be very proud of you.
Yes, yeah, yes, he would. But yeah, I love how even in this day and age where I feel like video games is really mainstream, there are still those personalities that still should never go anywhere near that type of technology. And when they do and they try to lie through their teeth, they do something stupid like this.
And it's a strange hill to kind of die on because it's one of those things where, like, if you didn't play video games growing up, like, I don't think you're going to lose any cred over it.
I know.
You know? It's like, oh, okay, you didn't play NES growing up. Like, that's not a weird thing by any stretch of the imagination. So that's kind of like a weird one to want to get like your geek cred on, bro. I was an OG NES player. Let's go.
Speaking of which, okay, so Zealeus, what was your first console?
That I actually owned was actually probably a Game Boy.
I think I too, if I'm talking about ones that I actually owned and not, my grandmother had like grandparents will spoil their grandchildren from time to time. So, and
Yep.
also my uncle is a little bit older than I am, so he was big into Nintendo. So like when I went over to my grandmother's house, I'd play the NES, and then it was the Super Nintendo, and then it was the Nintendo 64. She just kept
Yep.
upgrading.
I think the first actual TV console game we had was Nintendo 64. Because I remember getting that for Christmas one year.
Mine was the original PlayStation. Because I had,
Nice.
ladies and gentlemen, I know this is going to sound crazy, but once upon a time, Charlie had to like convince his parents to allow a game console into the household. Now, it's not to say that I didn't. I grew up on PC gaming, PC
Ah,
Master
yes.
Race, um, and so like but also the vast majority of the games that I played when I was growing up were from a company called the Learning Company, which made phenomenal games. They found a way to they made gamification before gamification was even a thing.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. So, I mean, I
Yes,
definitely
number
played
munchers.
PC games before we got the console. Um, but yeah, I think that was the first actual console that was like attached to his TV, if I remember right.
Math
Mm.
Blaster was another one. If we're
There
talking
was like a Dr. Brain or
the Island of
something.
Dr. Brain,
There we go. Yeah.
and then there was like a bunch of spin-offs of Dr. Brain. There was a series from the Learning Company called the Super Solver series, and that was Midnight Madness, Spellbound, Gizmos and Gadgets, which was
Oh, I remember
freaking
Gizmo's
awesome.
I'd actually go to the library. So back in the day, the library had a bunch of PCs with the learning games.
Yeah.
So I'd go to the public library and play those.
Um. Okay, I'm gonna cheat so I can make sure that I get all of them here, but oh my gosh.
All the classics.
Uh, Challenge of the Ancient Empires, which was awesome. Gizmos and Gadgets, Midnight Rescue, Outnumbered, Spellbound, Treasure Mountain, and Operation Neptune, which I'd never. Operation Neptune to me isn't a Super Solver game, but it was the same company.
Eh.
Oh, the memories.
Now I just play New York Times Connections.
I play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But if we're
Different
talking
genre.
about like quick games that I play on my cell phone, most of them are just like puzzle games.
I was referred to like any educational or learning games.
Oh, educational, then it's got to be Cody Cross, where you just, it's kind of like they have their own version of Wordle.
Okay, there you go. Yep.
So, anyways, all right, speaking of words, let's talk about the actually really really heartbreaking news for those people out there like Zealeus who like the tactile feel of a book. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, so we can understand, a book is this piece of cardboard that has all these pieces of paper with words typed on them.
I did find the breakdown.
Yes, there's Zealeus's Kindle. But anyways, there is I believe it's okay, so it's an abbey in the country of Hungary, and they have tens of thousands of like century-old books that are unfortunately on life support.
Oh.
Because I think it's beetles. There's been a beetle infestation.
Oh dear. No.
And let's see here. I'm trying to. There's restoration workers there removing about 100,000 hand-bound books. Which, by the way, if you've ever talked to someone who's done hand-bound books, they're fucking gods, because I tried to do that once and was like, nope, it's not for me. But yeah, these tiny beetles are burrowing through pages and manuscripts of this stuff, and that hurts so bad. I know that I recently lost last year a bunch of my books thanks to the groundwater that came in during Hurricane Helene. But
See, this is where if like I was a rich billionaire and shit like this happened, I'd be like, how much money you need?
yeah.
I'll dump all the money on your front lawn. Let's get this taken care of right now.
So
Like,
what just for those, if you're really curious, the name of it's called the drugstore beetle, or also known as the bread beetle. Um, they are basically they're attracted to the starch-based adhesives that were used way back in the day when these books were bound.
yeah.
And the section of the library that they found these wonderful demon beetles houses about 400,000 volumes.
It sounds like something straight out of like some fantasy novel. And it's actually Dung Beetle sent by the great evil wizard. And he's trying to get to find the prophecy. And we have to go find the prophecy before the Dung Beetle eats it. Because if they eat the prophecy, the evil wizard wins.
So, thankfully, it's been caught. When you have ancient relics, you've got staff that usually comes around and makes sure that everything is in working order. And apparently, the caretakers noticed that there was some weird, like powdery dust in a certain section, and so they started pulling books, and it was basically the dust from the burrowing through the book.
Yeah, that would not be something I would probably leave the friary if I found. Yeah, nope, I'm out.
Yeah.
Crosses the line.
Okay, so let's go to another, I guess, end of the spectrum when it comes to craziness. And you know how, I think we've talked about this before, Nintendo's getting kind of maybe overly protective about their new Switch 2. I don't know if we actually brought this up on the show. I know that Zealeus and I talked about this offline, but they encrypted their USB port.
Yep.
Well, they also are being really stingy on the games that you can put onto your Switch. Yes, of course, if you put pirated games, Nintendo has the right to brick you. That's in the EULA. But it turns out that an individual bought a bunch of secondhand Nintendo Switch games from the Facebook Marketplace and was inserting each game one by one to update before they went to sleep, so that they would be able to play the game if they got the urge to play like Breath of the Wild, they could just put the cartridge in, so they have the physical copy of the game. So they could just put the cartridge in, and all the updates would be good to go. They could play. Well, somehow Nintendo saw this as illegal, and they basically banned that Switch 2, which is just absolutely nuts. Thankfully, this individual was able to talk to Nintendo support, and he was able to give them, I guess, enough evidence to allow for him to be unbanned.
But ironically, this U law is not in place in the EU because they actually have consumer protection laws and chicanery like this. Yeah, here in the wild, wild west of freedom, we're free for the companies to dick us over.
Yes.
Basically. Because it's, I think, at least complete BS that Nintendo can remotely brick your device like that.
I agree.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, okay, so what about this? Okay, so Nintendo sees you're pirating.
Mm-hmm.
What about basically blocking you from their version of the App Store?
I think that I don't think that would be enough for them, because they would still be allowing you access to do stuff to on their device that could
Yeah.
circumnavigate some other things.
I guess, like, from my perspective, like, I would look at, say, okay, their policy, so to me,
Mm-hmm.
breaking a device is completely over the line.
Yeah.
But I would say that, like, Nintendo sees your pirating stuff. If, say, they ban you then from the Nintendo store, whatever it's called, to basically try to prevent you, like, to do anything useful, like, to me, that's different because you don't have to have access to the Nintendo store necessarily.
Right.
So it's kind of like the degree of which Nintendo goes to. I think there's, like, certain degrees you can go to, I guess, punish the user, so to speak. So I think it's kind of like degrees of what they do. And in this case, just breaking device just goes over that line.
Yeah. Because if you break a device, depending on how you break it, that's permanently, that could be permanent, like completely 100% non-reversible, permanent. And if it's a misunderstanding,
Yeah, sure, that's a good point. Yeah,
yeah.
well, this way, it's BS that if you own a physical device and you're basically licensed to play that device, you don't actually own it.
We don't own
Which
anything anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that is the model we're kind of moving to. That is the reality. That's just the way it is. It doesn't mean it still doesn't suck.
No, believe me, I know.
Yeah.
We
Just
don't.
wait till, like, your smart washing machine you're going to need a subscription to in 2045.
What, you don't already have the subscription on for your washing machine?
I mean, I'm trying to yell at it right now when I mute my microphone to, like, continue its washing, but still.
Restart drying cycle.
What's that? You want me to add more water? Got it.
Flood apartment? Gotcha.
What's that? Extra high heat? Shrink all your clothes? Cool, bro.
I got you covered. Make sure all the colors go everywhere. You got it.
You like tie-dye? I got you covered.
Yeah. No, it pisses me off to no end. Yeah. This kind of crap.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, you know how you've seen, if you've been on Facebook, as we were talking about Facebook at the beginning of the show, we're getting inundated with ads for anything and everything, and a lot of them are bullshit, or could get you in a lot of trouble.
Oh dear.
There's a couple cool ones out there. I don't know the validity of this because I haven't done my research, but there is one personally that I found really cool, and that was that if you buy this, you go through this company that is supposedly like a wildlife rescue fund type place. You buy a bracelet, and with that bracelet you get like an ID code that you can type into their website, and it'll track the turtle or the shark or the whatever animal it is that you're basically sponsoring, which I think is pretty fucking cool. If it's real, that would be amazing, because I could get a shark for my eldest and a sea turtle for my youngest, and boom, happy birthday.
Why do I have a feeling you're about to shatter all my dreams?
So you might have also noticed that there are a bunch of ads for maybe stuff that looks too good to be true. One of the ones that I've personally seen a lot of are the handheld devices that have all of your favorite games from when you were young. They're all preloaded ROMs onto like basically a pimped out like Game Boy looking thing, right? Yeah. So an individual, a YouTuber, recently decided he's a big fan of retro gaming, And so, in order to get some of the harder to find titles, he purchased one of these devices and decided to stream it. Some of the gameplay. Well, fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, ROMs are illegal. Emulators, technically emulators are not, but if the emulator is playing the ROM, then you're like on very, very shaky ground. So this gentleman was using devices that had the preloaded ROMs on there. ROMs, of course, are the actual game files.
Yep.
And he was raided by the Italian government, because he's from Italy. Yeah, his channel has been closed on citing promoting piracy of copyrighted material. And he's basically ruined.
Jeez.
So, yeah, that sucks for him. But, unfortunately, once again, we don't own anything. I mean, if, we talked about this last week about Ubisoft. Ubisoft now changing their EULA to basically give you a limited amount of days for you to remove a game from your computer or your system if they delist that game on their side. So,
that makes me think of when I used to look into these things.
Yes.
I remember frequenting the Underdogs.
Yes.
Which apparently still exists. I think it went, if I remember right, it went under for a while. There was like some, I don't know, like whoever owned it or something happened.
Mhm.
Then it came back online a couple of years ago.
I feel like there was like a Happy Hippo or something, or some kind of hippo.
Probably. Yeah. There was a couple.
Yeah.
But that's the one that I knew of the most. And like, more than anything else, to me, it's almost like a online museum.
Yeah.
Where it is kind of interesting to look through it and be like, oh, this game, I remember this game, this like exists. And the thing with like most of these abandonware websites, like Home and the Underdogs, like they aren't doing it to make a buck. It's like these games like literally don't exist, like outside of basically these abandoned, and that's why it's called abandonware, just because nominally these titles have been abandoned by their publisher. And there's not even like most of the time like good legal ways of even getting the game nowadays if you wanted to. So like it's kind of and to me, I have no ethical issue with that. If it's like truly no way to get the game, then yeah, like sure. So, but it is interesting to me just kind of look through it and just every once in a while be like, hey, what's going on?
I'm gonna add a link here. This is a website that I've hit a couple times just to show my kids what I used to play back in the day, called Classic Reload.
Yep.
Which basically runs DOSBox and a window
cool.
tab.
Yeah.
I've definitely played some Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego.
Old, 20, 30, 40-year-old games that nobody's making money off of. So it's not like, oh, you're pirating. I see Civilization on here. Push F6. Okay, that'd probably be an issue.
Yeah, but we're talking the original Civ.
The original Civ. That's
the Wolfenstein 3D.
Yeah.
And then my personal favorite, Ski Free.
Oh, Ski Free.
I wonder. Oh God, this is gonna hurt my heart. But when the hell did Ski Free come out? 1991. So that's what, 34 years ago.
Ooh, on the top list, Number Munchers is on there, so obviously it's popular.
Yeah, man.
Civ 2. Oh man, I put so many hours into Civ 2.
There's so many. Okay. Let's.
Yeah,
I gotta close this down.
We can nostalgize about that forever.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just interesting, like what is out there in that form. So you think about it, it's kind of a different era now because the big difference back then too is like all the games was physical media, right? Like you had to go to the store and buy the game. Whereas nowadays, I mean, I know games get delisted occasionally. We'll exempt those, but by and large, like once a game's on Steam, even if the publisher goes under, it just kind of sits there on Steam.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
here's
so
some physical media for you guys.
Oh boy. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, mine's in the other room. I got all my shit in a box over there.
Oh, it's just in random spots all over the house. Just don't worry about it.
Nice. I can appreciate that.
Yeah. Now, speaking of video games from the past, when we see remastered games, I think it's cool. I know that Zealeus. I don't know if Zealeus is really into the remastered game front, but one of the games that just got recently remastered, Oblivion, that would be Elder Scrolls Oblivion. The company behind it, the remaster, has unfortunately laid off around 270 of the employees. They say they're facing lower occupancy and slower demand due to structural shifts in the industry, which is just a fancy way of saying the industry is on fire and we're just trying to survive. And also, if you are a company that's making like a port of a game or a remaster of a game, and you don't have anything else in the pipeline, your company's probably a one and almost done company that'll inflate when they've got the game, but as soon as it's gone, they're going to go down to the bare minimum while they're trying to find the next license to help out with.
Can't you just be like, yo, AI, improve the assets? Boom, problem solved. What do you need people for, man?
Yeah, exactly. Duh. Jeez. I mean, I might have worked for a company that definitely had to downsize because we didn't get, well, there's a couple reasons, but one of them was that we didn't have, that next big license name for their projects. So I got let go from that company a long time ago now.
Yeah, and that's just the downward trend of computery things right now.
Well, basically anything in the tech industry, especially software engineering, if you're in that industry, I pray that you keep your job. But there are lots and lots of people with lots and lots of experience that are being downsized or structurally shifted into unemployment.
Yep. Yeah, I saw it was this year out of Carnegie Mellon, a top tier computer science program. Like no other graduates were getting jobs.
No.
And so they're revamping their entire program because it's like, wait a second. Like if our kids can't get jobs, then
the cream of the crop.
Something needs to change, and they can't change in the industry, but they can change what the students are learning in theory to help them get jobs. Which is probably just optimization of AI.
Yeah.
I mean, somewhat cynical, but somewhat that's just kind of, it's the buzzword everyone has, and that's what you hear everywhere.
Yep. Which is unfortunate. It's absolutely unfortunate.
Yeah. What if we just turned AI around on ChatGPT and told it to delete itself?
ChatGPT and some other AIs. We need a battle royale. Y'all just go kill each other. And when we have when we're down to that final AI bot, we'll just drown it digitally with zeros and ones.
I think we're onto something.
Yeah.
What if we just stick a T2000 on it?
Instead of having a physical T2000, we just make a digital one. But
Yeah.
who would be John Carter?
Mm,
Or is all the AIs John Carters?
I did just ask ChatGPT to delete itself, and it said I can't. I'm very disappointed.
Well, then they're not all powerful. I mean, come on. You know what? I bet you there's a human that can just hit a couple of buttons and kill Chat GPT for a second. Because as we all know, the unfortunate byproduct of this wonderful digital age is once something is out into the wild of the ones and zeros, it exists forever, no matter how hard you try to remove it. All right, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. Let's pause for a second to give a shout out to all those individuals who help Alter Confusion be the Alter Confusion that you love and adore. And we'll start off, of course, with the Indie Cluster. The Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships with local communities to bring games to the mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts to challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development to hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. For more information, go to indiecluster.com. The next shout out we got to give is to the AV master himself. That, of course, is Noodle Boy Media. Founded in 2015 by Andrew Tran, Noodle Boy Media, previously White Kid 47 Media, is your choice for professional photo shoots and panel recordings at conventions. They pride themselves in providing a high level of professionalism, top-notch experiences, and quality services. If you want more information and to view their full list of services, check out facebook.com/noodleboymedia. The next shout out we got to give is to an individual who's actually at my house today to help ease some of the aches and pains of the working day or gaming or whatever you do in your life. And that, of course, is Hero Chiropractic. Hero Chiropractic is a unique healthcare practice set up by Ryan Moore. The company's focused to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, creative expression, and joy. They believe that everyone can be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Hero Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the greater Atlanta area. They are committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. For more information, go to herochiropractic.com. The next shout out we got to give is to the music maestro, and that, of course, is CrossPad Creative. Need a new logo or want to work on a full branding and content strategy? Or maybe you need music or audio for your content, just like Alter Confusion. CrossPad Creative offers a whole host of solutions for individuals and small businesses. Just email Josh at crosspadcreative@gmail.com and see what he can do for you. The final shout out we got to give is to the individual who was the first backer on Patreon for us, and that, of course, is Agile Axiom. By day, Axe leads both the development team and system administration team, working with satellites at NASA's Goddard campus. But while not in meetings and many times during, he is the Agile evangelist, Agile Axe, championing the philosophy of Agile and trying to make the world a better place for software developers, testers, system admins, and software projects the world over. Decades of experience in software development and leading Agile teams are brought to bear against evil processes, inefficient work, and bad habits. For more information, go to agileaxiom.com. Now, I know we were talking about AI taking a bunch of jobs away, but one job field that AI won't be able to take away anytime soon: chiropractic.
Robots, they order and you get in your house. They exist.
Nope. That sounds a little too dangerous and sounds like a great way for a lawsuit.
I mean, that's anytime you see a doctor.
Touche. Hopefully you're going to a doctor who actually has a good reputation. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that at this very moment in time, you are dying to know, how do I become a friend of the show for Alter Confusion? Well, it's simple. Alter Confusion survives on the love and support of fans like you, and so we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fans, lovers, haters, demigods, interdimensional beings, gods, demons, aliens, werewolves, swamp creatures, vampires, mummies, supporters, and more to become active participants and the work we love through a monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight into our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. We currently have 2 tiers. That's two tiers. We have the $1 a month. That's $1 a month. That's $1 tier. That's $1 a month or $12 a year. What they get you is early access to all of our playthroughs, as well as the ability to participate in patron-only posts. Now, if you're thinking, feeling a little bit frisky, you can jump that up to the $5 a month. That's $5 a month or $60 a year. And what they get you is everything at the $1 tier plus your name or organization added to the Friends of the Show section of every single Thursday night hangout. So if you want to become a patron of Altered Confusion, go to Patreon. That's patreon.com/Altered Confusion today. Sorry, I had to take a drink. Okay. Now, let's also pause a second to tell you that Altered Confusion is proud to say that we have been fundraising for Extra Life for 14 years straight. Extra Life is gamers doing what they do best, game, to help sick and injured children at their chosen Children's Miracle Network hospital. The money that we raise through Extra Life will go directly to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta as unrestricted funds. This means that the hospital decides where and how to spend the money to ensure the dollars we raise make the biggest impact in the lives of the kids they treat. So, if you have the capacity to donate, please go to extra-life.org and search for Altered Confusion. Also, a little bit of self-promo here. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that you might want some of us, some sweet Altered Confusion merch. Maybe the hat, maybe the coffee cup, or the pet food bowl, or maybe the vinyl sticker, which is freaking durable as hell. All you got to do is go over to alteredconfusion.tv/merch. That's MERCH. And you can have a look at what we've got available for you to purchase. And, of course, show off to all your friends.
There you go.
Booyah. All right. Now, back into the stories. I know this is going to come as a surprise to some and not a surprise to many others if you are a gamer who's been around for a bit. There's these certain video games out there that just scream, this would make a good TV show.
Everything.
And there is a game out there that has been made into a movie. Thank you, Michael Fassbender. But now it appears that Netflix is ready to jump into the fray and make a live-action TV series for Assassin's Creed, which I'm very interested to see.
That could actually be cool, depending on how it does. I mean, there's a lot of lore to go on. I mean, it seems like it'd be a logical one where almost every season is a different historical era, because that's the video game.
Yep.
Let's be honest, a season based on the high seas being pirates, fucking cool. Go become samurais, sick. There'd be a lot of really cool things they could do with it. It sounds like it'd be a very expensive show. Because
it would have to be.
And everything to be historical and everything. So that's one thing going against it. Because let's be honest, they don't like to continue to produce programs that are expensive. So that's my worry. And of course, I'm always skeptical because right now they're at a cadence of a new season every 3 years.
Right.
So it's just been a thing. So I'm interested.
There's 2 names attached to this at this very moment in time. One is a gentleman by the name of Roberto Patino. He's been attached to projects like DMZ, Westworld, Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
And the other guy is David Weiner or Weiner. I don't know how to pronounce it. We'll go with Weiner. And he's attached to Halo, Homecoming, and The Killing.
Okay, so 2 fairly different pedigrees.
Yep.
One has very established shows that went on for seasons, and ones that got canceled pretty quickly.
Well, what I
Uh,
want to, what I think, to be honest with you, the thing, yes, the historical settings are definitely going to be huge for Assassin's Creed, but you also have to do the whole Eden system, and I'll be very interested to see how they do that technology thing. But a huge thing with Assassin's Creed is always going to be parkour, and I just want to
yes.
see, like, how they're going to, one, how they're going to do it, and two, how much parkour is there actually going to be in this, or are they just going to just chop all of that out and just have, maybe like some simple fall, swan dives into they've got to do the swan
Anyway,
dives into the hay piles. They have to.
I
If
mean,
they don't do that, I'm not watching this.
if you see something like, did you ever watch Into the Badlands?
Yes.
So something like that would honestly be what I expect.
Yes.
Um, because Assassin's Creed's a combat centric game. I know, depending on when you played, there's either stealth or just straight up action RPG.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, it makes me definitely think of Into the Badlands with that kind of high wire style of combat would actually fit phenomenally well into the world of Assassin's Creed. So that's what I hope to see because I mean, in Into the Badlands, it's a very obviously it's made up history, but it's still a historically dense type of TV show with the
Yep.
storyline if you watch it.
Yep.
So that kind of style I think would actually work phenomenally well with Assassin's Creed because you still have to have a story, but we're watching Assassin's Creed for kick-ass action sequences, hopefully.
And then
So
him just kind of rubbing shoulders with historical figures.
yes, kind of like Doctor Who. Just
Yeah.
they just throw in historical figures. Why not? Or a perfect visual reenactment of the Sistine Chapel and things like that, where it's
Mm-hmm,
like,
mm-hmm.
and that's one of the kind of cool things about Assassin's Creed is some of these areas are just so neat. So yes, I'm definitely intrigued. Um, why not? It seems like Netflix or Amazon are basically like greenlighting like any show as far as video games go. Um, but the question is always, do you get like a Halo situation
Mm-hmm.
where helmet issue aside, I think everyone kind of saw the writing on the wall after the first season. We're like, okay, this is okay. And that's to me as somebody who doesn't care about Halo as
Right.
far as purity. Like I watched the first season and I was like, it was okay. Like
Yeah.
it was just okay. Same thing with like Rings of Power. Rings of Power was okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always the issue where it's like, are they going to be good enough to sustain the viewership and all that good stuff? I don't know, obviously, but I hope something like Assassin's Creed work because that could be a lot of fun
So
if done
speaking of
well.
video games that are becoming live action series, I know we talked about this a while ago. We actually talked about this before I even gave this specific game a spin. That of course is Clear Obscure Expedition 33, and I thought this is bananas and nuts that somebody would be stupid enough to try to make a TV show based on a game that's not even been released. And I, of course, ate those freaking words when I actually played the game. I'm like, oh my God, yes. So if you are a PlayStation 5 owner and you are trying to get what what is apparently a very, very hard get, that is the physical copy of Clear Obscure Expedition 33. It is literally as soon as it comes into stock anywhere, it immediately sells out. Amazon says that they are like super duper struggling. Like as soon as like their inventory gets updated, it gets depleted, which is crazy. Now, of course, I got the digital version on my computer, so I'm a happy man. But that's in a world where everything is going digital, it is always interesting and fun to see there are still certain games that sell so well that even that people want the physical copy and you can't get it anywhere because it's selling out too fast.
I do think being a single player indie game makes a huge difference.
Yes, this too. It's true.
because there is a bit of the uniqueness factor on both elements.
Mhm.
Because yeah, it's a disc. You put it into your PC and you can just play it. I guess for those of you that still have, I haven't had a
Yeah,
CD
that's
player on my
you're,
computer
well. I mean, the
ever.
PlayStation 5 still got the disc slot. I don't. I
Sure.
don't. I
Yes.
don't think I've seen a desktop with a CD drive in a while.
No, I haven't used a disc drive in, which does, to be fair, it makes PC building a lot easier.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's one thing less to worry about peripheral wise.
I remember when I was the cool kid and had the CD writer,
Oh yeah.
an additional CD drive,
Ooh.
the 3.5 floppy drive,
Oh
and
yeah.
just because I wanted to be the really cool guy, I actually owned a what do you call it? The zip drive.
Hell yeah. That was like 100 megabytes, man. That thing was huge.
Such a clunky looking disc. Anyways,
But it worked.
yes, it did. It did. It did. But I just that's cool that there's all these, everyone's going digital, but yet there is this amazing game that's still blowing everyone away, and the physical copies just cannot stay on shelves or, I guess, warehouse shelves most likely. Now, okay, so I've got one more story here, and that is unfortunately something that I don't know what Square Enix is doing these days, but I feel like they're changing certain, like they're tweaking certain things, like with the Kingdom Hearts collection. It was this weird, it's almost like online always to be able to access the full game. Now they're saying that now they're saying about the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remakes that this is what gets really confusing, okay? So you know how there are games out there that you can get an upgrade from your Switch 1 to your Switch 2. Well, apparently the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake is not going to be one of those games. And also, there's going to be DLC that's going to be released for this game that will be on one, the other, or both platforms.
Okay.
So not all DLC will go to the Switch 2. There might be just some DLC content for the Switch 1, which I find like kind of weird.
I have no idea what's going on.
It's the same. Yeah, technically, I guess there's maybe some small little tweaks when you're going from Switch 1 to Switch 2, but to DLC lock to specific platforms is really weird.
Yeah.
That's now I can understand, like what we talked about last week. A 17-year-old game called Castle Crashers is releasing a DLC only for PC, and that's because Castle Crashers, when it first came out, is on like consoles that are 2 gens in the past now. So those marketplaces aren't available anymore.
Yeah, I don't think that's unreasonable.
But we're talking, like, I'm not saying, I mean, it's a remake, so it's not like it's the first time this game came out, but still, it's just weird that they have DLC locked to specific platforms.
I would agree with that. Yeah, that's especially locked away from the newer platform.
Right. That,
like,
and
if it was locked only to the new one, I'd be like, dumb, but okay. But locking it from the new one is a bold choice.
But I mean, we've seen. I mean, yes, there are certain DLCs that are specific for specific platforms. I know that I can't remember it might be Soul Calibur, like back in the day, where if you got Soul Calibur on your Xbox, there was a special DLC that allowed certain characters that were not available on the PlayStation platform just because of the
Really?
licensing. They got some of the first party, or I guess second party characters from each platform to use as their fighters. That I totally understand. But when it's the same platform owner,
Yeah.
it's a little weird.
It's a little weird. It's the weird, crazy licensing world we live in.
Yeah.
Oh, full of confusion, and I have no idea what's going on anymore.
We're trying our best to alter it, my friend. What can I say?
I mean, I already didn't have any idea, and now you're just altering my idea of what I don't know in the first place. I just don't know where it's going to go, sir.
Yeah. You never know.
I don't know, man. I just don't know.
Okay, last week we talked about the Amazon Prime days,
Oh dear.
and I will fully admit that I did buy myself one splurge gift, actually two. One of them is this like very
Not three, though.
overpowered condensed air blower
Oh
that has
yes.
like 3 settings, and like the third one is like Maelstrom.
That's very useful, though. Very practical. I can appreciate
Yes, yes.
practical. Yes.
And the other one I don't have right at my desk, but the other one is because it was heavily discounted. I got myself an Amazon Fire Tablet 10,
Nice.
and I got
To
that
watch
so
some
I can have.
quality anime on.
Huh?
Watch some quality anime on.
Yes, it's basically kind of like my. It's kind of like a portable TV for me. I've.
Yeah,
I've
that's how I watch TV during lunch. Is I just have my iPad set up to watch TV shows, and it's perfect.
so my kids, like I don't know, like 4 years ago, were huge into this like educational system called Osmo.
Sure.
And it's basically you have your tablet, either your Android tablet or your iPad. You buy this little like mirror reflector, and the games would use the camera on your device to basically look at right in front of where the Osmos system was, and so you could put like different game pieces in.
Oh, yeah.
The camera would interpret what it was and then place it in the game. Well,
Yeah.
we haven't played that those systems in a while, but the stand is perfect for putting my new tablet on. So so it's not just laying flat on my desk, and I'm not trying to like jimmy rig anything up because it's got the groove to hold the tablet. So it is awesome.
Everyone wins, especially your eyes.
Hey man, all I'm saying is if you could repurpose something and it works to perfection, it's a beautiful thing.
I hear that. See, that's why I never throw out a cable ever. Because I never know when I might need that 22-year-old audio cable.
What do you mean, the RGB cable for monitors?
Whoa. Don't judge me, man. Don't judge my containers.
I'm not judging you.
Or
I just saw mine the other day.
my VGA to DVI connector.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
Yeah, because let me put it this way. There's not a chance in hell I'm ever going to use that VGA to DVI connector. It's just not going to happen.
No,
But I'm not going to get rid of it.
but
But
maybe
it can happen.
somebody does need it, and you'll be like, "Aha! I just saved the day."
I don't know where it is. Just give me a few hours to find it. But it's somewhere in a place because I don't throw anything electronic out.
Exactly. Or I found. Hold on one sec.
Oh dear.
I
Is there any
have-
cobwebs?
I have in this random box a 5-way headphone splitter.
God. Those were so popular in our lower school because like the kids would huddle around the iPads.
Yep.
They'd all do that and it all sounded like shit.
It still worked, man. As long as you just held your hands real tight against the ear pods.
Fair.
But yeah. Good days, fun times, all that jazz.
Yeah.
If anybody's looking for an anime on Netflix that's kind of like altered history kind of, I think it's like World War One-ish altered history. It's called Leviathan. It's not
Okay.
bad. It's not bad. Can't complain. They definitely have some, like some fantastic beasts that don't actually exist.
Hmm.
Um, and
So
then
sounds like Harry Potter.
I mean, it's no real magic. It's like
Okay.
there's these creatures that look like jellyfish that fill with helium, and so you can basically attach an apparatus to you, and you can float over enemy lines, kind of like a parachute, but like a
Okay.
parachute, a hot air balloon combo.
Sounds a little steampunky.
Yes, yes. Steampunk would be a better description.
Cool.
Yeah.
I
So,
think we can all agree everyone should go watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
yes.
That's
And get your
phenomenal.
soda pop
Yes.
for that golden moment.
I do want a soda pop after watching that.
That's a good. That's a phenomenal one, and that soundtrack is being played in my house on the daily. So
One thing I don't have is the soundtrack. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
well, all you got to do is just if you've got any kind of music streaming device.
I'm sure I could find it online.
Oh yeah, no. If you have Spotify, I for sure could tell you that it's on Spotify, because that's what is being used in my household.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if I want to talk about this. We don't really have a lot of time, but at the same time, real quick, Zealeus, what system do you play Final Fantasy 14 on?
I had played on my console, but I'm playing it on my PC now. So I've done both over the
Okay,
years.
so what version of Windows do you have?
11.
Okay, good.
Is it
Real
being
quick,
deprecated for Windows 10?
the Final Fantasy 14 support for Windows 10 will be coming to an end in October 14th.
Just not far.
Huh?
Not far from now.
No. There will be limited support past October 14th, but in order to get the full support of the game going forward, you have to have Windows 11.
Well, you know why they're doing it on that day, right?
Go for it, Zealeus. Tell us.
It's because that's when Microsoft is ending support for Windows 10.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's probably just a boilerplate from Square Enix.
Yeah.
Just it's 100% a CYA, and I imagine other publishers and developers are going to do the same thing, where it's all it is just like, oh, Windows is like, there's a 99% chance it's going to work just fine on Windows 10.
Yeah.
But in the off chance it doesn't, they're like, haha, not our problem. Windows doesn't support it, nor do we. So I think people will be fine from that perspective. But yeah, no, I think I'm on Windows 11. I don't even know how the frick to check anymore. Yes, I'm on Windows 11.
Sweet.
Yes.
Now, if you're curious for the PC users out there, this is the crazy stat, and this is why I wanted to bring it up real quick. As of right now, Windows 11 users are 51.36% of the user base for PC Final Fantasy 14. Windows 10 is 45.57%. So that's just under 50%. So that's going to be brutal.
The problem is there's no good reason to upgrade from Windows 10 to 11.
Yep.
Like,
oh yeah,
there's just not there's just not a good reason to upgrade. So it's like if people on Windows 10 and it's humming along just fine, and I don't have to deal with further adsifications of my start menu, then great. I'm going to stick to Windows 10. Yeah. And Windows doesn't know how to actually innovate on their operating system anymore. So it just kind of sits there in this weird purgatory.
Hey. They increment it by 1. That's
And then
innovative
every once
enough,
in a
okay?
while, you'll get like a new updated version of Windows 11. It's like, oh, by the way,
Yep.
we still have the trial for Office 365 and OneDrive.
Oh
Don't
my
you want
God.
to partake?
Shut the
And I'm like, no, I've
No.
told you 18 times.
Hey, guess what? Just notice that I've had this computer for how long, and I've rejected that stupid screen every single time. What do you
Yep.
think is going to magically happen? What? No, go away.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've reached the end of our show. I want to thank everyone for. I just want to once again, real quick heads up: there will not be a Thursday night hangout next Thursday. So I'm sorry, I'm sad as along with everybody, but I promise you, I will get this show up online before I leave for the week. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure getting to come our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back in 2 weeks for another Thursday Night Hangout.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother. And we're back.
So that was kind of fun because when you're going through the supporters,
Mhm.
I could see on the other screen where you had like the drink in your hand and it was just waving it at the camera like this. I'm like, all right, well, he's going to start chugging this shit because he's like, he had that lock that he's ready.
Yes. I somehow have 2 cups of Mio water. So I've been basically alternating between the 2.
Nice.
All right. I got 3 titles for tonight. Ready?
Ooh. Okay.
I feel like we've already done this one, but I'm going to say it anyways. Get Off My Lawn.
Okay.
What Are Channels? And The Wild Wild West of Freedom.
Water channels. There's just something pithy about it.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
Got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I truly am saddened that I won't be able to be here next Thursday. But I've got to make sure that I will be spending time making sure that I am a bright red. Not intentionally, but it's what's going to happen.
Very important. Very important.
I hate beaches. I mean, the beaches are fun, but I'd much rather be in the mountains than on a beach.
I know what you mean. I just go to the beach and I burn, and I'm like, what's the fun in this?
Yeah, like it's hot. I'm sweating my ass off, and most of the time, people just want to sit on sand that gets into everything.
And you gotta watch the kids and make sure they don't like drown and die and also get burned. You know, that goes with it. It's just it's a lot that goes into it, man.
That too, and my eldest is bound and determined to fish from the shoreline this year. So that's a whole other thing I got to keep an eye on.
Yep.
So fun for everyone.
I'll take your word for it.
All right, we're gonna